What is good, friendos? What's going on? How is life? What is new? I'm tired. Painting some figures still. I think, do people say? I think I finally got the color that I want. So this one was just like a gold. I did just like a gold. And I thought it was like a little too bright. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I could have got away with like doing that like dirt wash, like a brown wash over top of it. But I did not. Well, I mean, I can still do that on this one to see. But I think like what I did, so what I ended up doing with this one was like I did a copper base coat. And then I did like a gold kind of like highlight. So that's gold. You can't really tell the difference, I don't think, but that is gold right here, and that is bronze up there. So I don't know if you can see the difference there, but it kind of does have like a little bit of a difference of that color, and that's kind of what I wanted there. A little bit of like, it's got like more depth, I feel like, than just bright gold, because I feel like his suit is like, it is kind of like a darker color. So yeah, see, I also was testing out some new prints for some articulation. I tried like a different print for a leg today of like this kind of resemblant of like the Mega Constructs leg, where it's kind of just like it folds right at the knee there, and then I have it so it twists. Yeah, perfect, works perfect. That there. What I made, it was a twist, both at the so lower end, so it was like two twists on like a knee, but I hate it. So I'm so glad I only printed one off though. If I did more than one, I would hate myself, because I hate when I try not to waste like the good resin too, like, because it's like, it's cost effective. It's like, I mean, not cost effective, but it costs money. And so I'm trying to like save the good resin for like more of these, like my actual figures like that are gonna go in the shop. So I'm glad I decided to only print off just the leg, one leg, not a whole figure or something, to try and test it out. So I'm sure that's just like the way you probably should do it, you know, where you like piece at a time and then kind of get into it. And then you're like, oh yeah, this works, then I can work with this. But I'm slowly learning that. I just get so excited when I get it ready. I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna get it out. I want to get the whole thing and then see how the whole figure is. So, because here's a full figure I have. And I think I uploaded another video, but the knee joint is so fickle because there's just too much space in between here. So if I bend it, it's good here because I've like loosened the joint up quite a bit of like rotation. But on a lot of the figures, I didn't test it out when I did like my last whole batch. I was excited with the figure and I was like, it's dope. I didn't have any paint, just the figure itself was fantastic. And I was like, okay, this is good. Like, this is all I need. So I did that for my entire like line. And after I painted it, and then like they were all done, and I had like painted them up, and I just started checking to see like the movement, which I hadn't done yet. It was like snap, snap. So I literally made like an entire army of like Lieutenant Dans. Like they all were missing their knees down. Bunch of cripples. And it was sad to see. Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan. So I'm adjusting it now. And again, like that was some pretty good resin I used on there. So that hurt to see, where I'm just like, it's like my own fuck up where, you know, that maybe that's just not the best joint for, oh, there goes the foot. Bye, foot. Not a good knee joint. I also don't like when the knee kind of hangs on there like an extra piece. I'm also not a crazy fan of the double joint. So like that's what I have in this one is like the double joint knee. And it's not bad. It does get a little loose. I feel like I have to add some stuff in there to make it kind of, I mean, that this one's working really nice, but usually it's like this kind of like, it loosens up. If you use it quite a bit, it does loosen up, and then it just gets like, oh, you know what? Look at that. I'm lying. I guess I'm lying. So yeah, I'm trying to update this, because again, I don't think I'm gonna go double joint on here, just because it's like a thinner figure. I don't really have the space for, I don't think, a double joint, and I'm just not a big fan of the double joints. So that's why I was trying out this one here, where it's like an interlock two-piece almost, where it just clips together, interlocks beside each other, and it's okay. There's another idea I think I have that would be pretty much like, it would be the double joint, except for one, it's just permanently in there, as opposed to just like its own, it needs its own thing. It was just like one would have it and then just kind of clips in, and then you'd have probably just like the range like that, as opposed to like the double bend. It would just be a single, and I'm okay with that. I mean, like, I'm not expecting these figures to be like highly articulated. You know, resin it's fickle. Like, it's not the best of the best. It's not plastic or ABS or anything. Like, it does a good job for, I mean, for me able to do this stuff from home is so cool. I still can't believe I can do this just from my home. I never thought I'd be able to do this. Like, I remember even just like growing up, I'd always try to put like, I don't know if you guys ever remember like Stick Fast. It was like you could buy these toys. It's pretty much like pre-Dummy 13. Like, you could buy them at, there was like a toy store where I grew up, and they had the Stick Fast, and it was like, there's just such an easy figure, and then you could have like scuba diving or anything, nights or whatever, and they built in the case, and it was just such a amazingly cool figure. And then I remember like I'd always want to do like add stuff, like models that they included, and I was like, oh, like I wanted one to be like, to have like a cool helmet or something. So I'd always try to make it out of like clay. I remember we saw this commercial, me and my brother, of like this like weird seafoam stuff on like YTV or Teletoon, and it was supposed to be like this super moldable, like easy to use claymation. So I begged my parents to go get it, or like if I could go pick it up. And they let us go pick it up, and it was terrible. It was the worst thing ever. I think that was like the first time I like realized I got like properly duped by like a TV commercial. It's like, that son of a bitch. I'm never listening to YTV again. But so we had that, and it was just like, and claymation and or clay and like, you know, Play-Doh, and I always try to make like different kind of helmets and stuff or whatever I could for my figures, just because like I like the range of armor you can have, and I was just always get tired of what they had on them, and I was like, I want more armor. It's got to be heavier armor. So I did. So I what I'm just saying is, I'm like, I can't believe I can do this like now. Like, I cannot imagine like how cool this would have been when I was like in my, like when I was a kid doing this, like when I really wanted to have these kind of things. And it's so surreal being able to do it now, because I have the money to do it, and the time to do it. So it's just like, it's such a blast, and it's such a fun hobby. But it's cool. It's very cool. I highly recommend anyone who would is thinking about it or is like me and they had fun time with figures and stuff growing up, like it doesn't get any better than this. So, what was I talking about again? I keep doing that. I don't remember what I was talking about. I think it was something about these figures here, and something about the knee joint, and maybe that I'm just like I'm not going for like crazy articulation or anything. I'm happy with these, and like they still do have some good articulation in them, but it's not like the level of like an action figure you'll buy from like the store or something, or like those crazy like from the Big Bad Toy Store, or like any of those kind of like Joy Toy even has some pretty good articulation, and all those ones that are like mass produced and stuff. These are good, but like that's why I'm saying I'm not trying to go crazy with the joints. Like I'm not going for articulation. I'm just going for like, just like a desktop, or like a shelf, like something you can put on like a shelf and just look at, because that's what I love with my figures. I've always just loved looking at them and playing with, like, it's hard for me to play with them. I've always found it like as soon as once I paint them or whenever I would even like build Lego, I didn't want to like play with it. It was just like fun to build something, and I was kind of just like, well, that was fun. And then I just take it apart, and then I was like, okay, like what else can I build? And I feel it's like the same with this. I think that's why I sell them now, because I just make them just because I love making them. Like it's just really fun, the process of making it and painting it. And I'm just like, well, I'll put like one on my shelf because I'm proud of it, but I'm not like, because I have like 4 or 5 here. I'm not just gonna like put 4 or 5 so I have an army to stare at. But I don't know. But yeah, here's a guy. I think I originally wanted to make a video talking about like my 5 favorite gorilla songs, but I think I'll just do that tomorrow. I just felt like talking about my figures today. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.